As people move beyond the age of 60, the body experiences profound shifts that quietly reshape the way food interacts with the heart, brain, and blood vessels. And doctors warn that certain everyday foods that once seemed harmless can begin raising the risk of stroke in ways many seniors never notice until it is too late. The arteries, which once expanded and contracted with youthful elasticity, gradually become stiffer and narrower. And this natural aging process means that foods high in salt, sugar, unhealthy fats, or chemical preservatives can produce much stronger reactions in the cardiovascular system than they did decades earlier. Blood pressure becomes more sensitive to dietary triggers. The kidneys lose efficiency in filtering out sodium, the pancreas struggles to manage glucose spikes, and the lining of the arteries, the endothelium, becomes more fragile, making it easier for plaque to accumulate or rupture. Most seniors do not feel any pain or warning as these changes occur, which is why stroke is often described by doctors as a silent threat that grows year by year based on habitual eating patterns, especially when the diet includes foods that raise inflammation, blood pressure, clot formation, or artery blockage. Many older adults start the day with sugary or refined foods without realizing that these choices deliver intense glucose spikes that strain blood vessels, increase oxidative stress, and weaken the tiny arteries that supply the brain, while others snack on salty packaged foods that may seem light but contain enough sodium to trigger sudden blood pressure surges. Even a single high-sodium meal can cause temporary hypertension in seniors, and repeated exposure leads to long-term damage. In addition to sugar and salt, fried foods introduce oxidized oils into the bloodstream, which inflame the arteries and increase LDL cholesterol, contributing to plaque buildup that narrows the vessels feeding the brain. Over time, this creates conditions where even a small clot can obstruct blood flow and cause an ischemic stroke. Many seniors rely on convenient processed meats such as bacon, sausage, and deli meats, unaware that these foods contain high levels of nitrates and saturated fats that stiffen the arteries and promote chronic inflammation. Meanwhile, sugary beverages, often consumed in place of water, flood the bloodstream with rapidly absorbed sugar, forcing the heart to work harder and triggering sharp physiological stress responses that increase stroke risk. The combination of aging blood vessels and dietary stress creates a dangerous environment where the smallest imbalance can tip the system into crisis. Doctors warn that the most significant danger is not an occasional indulgence, but long-term patterns that compound over years, slowly building pressure within the vascular system until one moment of exertion, dehydration, or emotional stress becomes enough to cause a blockage or rupture. Yet the hopeful reality is that the body remains remarkably responsive to positive change even after 60. And by shifting away from harmful foods and adopting healthier alternatives, seniors can dramatically strengthen their heart, improve circulation, reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and significantly lower the risk of stroke. When older adults replace high-sodium snacks with fruits, vegetables, or unsalted nuts, blood pressure begins to stabilize. When sugary breakfasts are swapped for fiber-rich whole foods, glucose levels flatten out, reducing strain on blood vessels. When fried foods are replaced with grilled or baked options, inflammation decreases and the arteries regain some flexibility. Even hydration improves vascular health by thinning the blood and supporting kidney function. These small adjustments have a powerful cumulative effect. Seniors who adopt healthier diets often report better balance, clearer thinking, improved memory, greater energy, and a renewed sense of control over their health. The key is understanding that stroke risk after 60 is not random. It is shaped day by day through choices that either support or stress the cardiovascular system. By becoming aware of the foods that elevate stroke risk and making conscious changes toward more nutrient-dense, heart-healthy alternatives, older adults can protect the brain, preserve independence, and enjoy many years of active, fulfilling life. As the body ages past 60, subtle weaknesses in the vascular system begin to amplify the impact of foods that were once tolerated easily, creating a situation where the smallest dietary choices can strongly influence stroke risk. Yet many seniors remain unaware that the foods contributing to these dangers are often the very ones they rely on every day for comfort, convenience, or habit. Doctors frequently explain that stroke risk is not simply a matter of genetics or chance, but is heavily influenced by decades of dietary patterns that after age 60 begin to reveal their true effects as blood vessels become less flexible and more prone to damage. Because the brain requires a constant, steady supply of oxygen-rich blood, anything that disrupts this flow, whether inflammation, plaque buildup, or sudden pressure spikes, can create severe, life-altering consequences. Foods high in sodium, for example, can cause blood vessels to constrict and pressure to rise rapidly, and older adults feel these effects more intensely because their arteries no longer expand as easily as they once did. This is why foods like canned soups, packaged snacks, frozen meals, and salted nuts may trigger dangerous surges in blood pressure in seniors, even when the same foods caused no issues earlier in life. Meanwhile, sugary foods and drinks create erratic blood sugar spikes that damage the delicate blood vessel walls and contribute to inflammation, which weakens the structural integrity of arteries and makes them more likely to rupture or develop plaque. One of the biggest hidden risks for older adults is that the pancreas becomes less efficient with age, meaning the body cannot process sugar as quickly, resulting in longer periods of elevated blood sugar that strain the heart and blood vessels. Over time, these repeated spikes contribute to insulin resistance, prediabetes, and full diabetes, all of which significantly increase the risk of both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. In addition to sugar and salt, unhealthy fats play a critical role in stroke risk, especially trans fats and oxidized oils found in fried foods. These fats do not just raise cholesterol levels, they also directly damage the endothelium, causing inflammation that leads to plaques becoming unstable. When a plaque ruptures, the body responds by forming a clot, which can travel to the brain and block an artery, causing an ischemic stroke. This danger becomes even more pronounced in older adults with naturally narrower arteries, where even a small clot can cause severe blockage. Another significant contributor is chronic dehydration, which is more common in seniors due to a reduced sense of thirst. Dehydration thickens the blood, increases clotting risk, and reduces overall circulation efficiency, meaning certain foods that increase fluid loss or require more water to digest can worsen the problem. For example, salty snacks or heavily processed foods pull water from the tissues, leaving seniors more dehydrated than they realize and increasing the strain on their cardiovascular system. The good news, however, is that the effects of these dietary risks can be reversed or minimized through conscious choices and consistent habits. When seniors shift toward foods rich in potassium, fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats, the arteries begin to respond positively. Potassium helps relax blood vessels and counteracts sodium, making it a vital nutrient for maintaining stable blood pressure. Fiber helps clear cholesterol from the body, reducing plaque buildup. Antioxidants help repair cellular damage and reduce inflammation in the arteries. Healthy fats from sources like fish, olive oil, nuts, and seeds support overall cardiovascular function. One of the most powerful ways seniors can reduce stroke risk is by increasing their intake of leafy greens, berries, beans, whole grains, and hydration-supporting beverages like water and herbal teas. Studies show that seniors who consume diets rich in these foods have lower blood pressure, clearer arteries, better circulation, and enhanced cognitive function. These benefits do not require extreme dieting. Even small changes, such as replacing processed meats with legumes or swapping sugary beverages for water, create noticeable improvements. Seniors who choose nutrient-dense foods often experience more stable energy, improved digestion, reduced swelling in the legs and feet, and better sleep, all of which contribute to a healthier cardiovascular system. What matters most is consistency, as the body responds gradually but powerfully to sustained healthy choices. When older adults commit to reducing their intake of harmful foods and increasing protective ones, they significantly reduce the likelihood of encountering a stroke, thereby preserving their independence, mobility, and quality of life as they age. Another critical factor doctors emphasize when discussing stroke risk in seniors is the cumulative effect of inflammation. Because inflammation acts like a slow-burning fire within the arteries, gradually weakening their structure until they cannot withstand the pressure of daily circulation. Certain foods, especially those high in refined carbohydrates, sugary syrups, chemical preservatives, and cheap industrial oils, feed this internal inflammation and accelerate the deterioration of blood vessels. Over time, as these foods are consumed repeatedly, the inflammatory molecules they produce circulate throughout the bloodstream, damaging the endothelium, which is the thin, delicate lining that keeps arteries smooth and elastic. Once this lining becomes irritated, cholesterol and calcium begin to accumulate more easily, forming plaque. This plaque not only narrows the arteries but also creates unstable patches that may rupture unexpectedly. When a plaque ruptures, the body responds by forming a blood clot, which can either block the artery immediately or travel to a narrower vessel, often in the brain, causing a sudden and severe stroke. Seniors are particularly vulnerable to this progression because their natural repair mechanisms slow with age, meaning that the body cannot heal the damaged arterial lining as quickly as it once could. Foods high in preservatives and processed sugars intensify this issue because they disrupt the balance of the gut microbiome, which plays an essential role in inflammation control. When the gut becomes imbalanced from years of poor dietary choices, it produces inflammatory compounds that travel through the bloodstream and affect the heart and brain. Many older adults overlook this connection, yet doctors increasingly point out that maintaining a healthy gut through diet can significantly reduce stroke risk. For instance, replacing sugary snacks and fried foods with fruits, vegetables, and whole grains creates a healthier microbiome that lowers inflammation and supports vascular health. Another factor that increases dietary-related stroke risk is the way aging affects fat metabolism. Seniors process fats more slowly, and this slower metabolism can cause unhealthy fats to circulate longer in the bloodstream, contributing to arterial plaque. Foods rich in trans fats or repeatedly heated oils are especially harmful because they introduce oxidized lipid molecules that directly damage artery walls. These molecules behave like microscopic shards, scraping and irritating the lining of the blood vessels, which triggers the body's inflammatory response. Over time, this cycle of irritation and inflammation weakens the arteries and increases the likelihood of both ischemic strokes from blockages and hemorrhagic strokes from ruptured vessels. Doctors continuously warn seniors that while fried chicken, battered fish, or crispy fried snacks may taste comforting, their long-term effect on aging arteries is extremely dangerous. In addition to these issues, high cholesterol foods become more problematic after age 60 because cholesterol processing slows significantly. What was once a manageable level of dietary cholesterol earlier in life becomes excessive in older age, leading to buildup that narrows the arteries feeding the brain. Seniors who continue to consume high amounts of saturated fat from fast food, butter-heavy dishes, pastries, and creamy desserts unknowingly increase their stroke risk with each meal. Another hidden contributor is the widespread consumption of sugary beverages. Many seniors drink sweet tea, soda, flavored coffees, or fruit juices throughout the day without realizing that these drinks can contain more sugar than multiple candy bars combined. Liquid sugar enters the bloodstream rapidly, causing dramatic spikes in blood sugar and blood pressure. These repeated spikes wear down the arteries and strain the heart. Over time, this pattern increases abdominal fat, a key predictor of stroke risk, because the liver converts excess sugar into visceral fat that accumulates around the organs. Doctors warn that seniors who regularly consume sugary drinks may face double the stroke risk of those who avoid them, even if they appear outwardly healthy. Another major issue is that sugary drinks provide no nutrients, leaving the body in a constant cycle of hunger, low energy, and cravings, which leads to overeating and further strain on the cardiovascular system. On the other hand, when seniors shift to hydrating options like water, herbal tea, or infused water with lemon or cucumber, the body experiences immediate benefits. Blood becomes thinner and flows more easily, reducing the chances of clot formation. The kidneys function better, blood pressure stabilizes, and circulation becomes smoother. Hydration helps the brain stay alert and reduces dizziness, a common problem among older adults. Doctors repeatedly stress the importance of both avoiding sugary drinks and staying properly hydrated because dehydration itself thickens the blood and increases clot risk. Seniors often underestimate how little water they consume, in part because the body's natural thirst signals weaken with age. This combination of dehydration and sugary beverages creates a dangerous environment for strokes. Finally, doctors highlight the importance of recognizing that diet is not isolated from other parts of health. Poor diet contributes to weight gain, particularly around the waist, and visceral fat increases inflammatory hormones that damage blood vessels. Poor diet also affects sleep quality, increasing cortisol, a stress hormone that raises blood pressure at night. Many seniors also take multiple medications, and certain foods can interact with these drugs, causing unexpected changes in blood thinning, blood pressure, or fluid retention. This creates even more instability in the cardiovascular system and increases the likelihood of stroke. Yet despite all these risks, the encouraging truth is that seniors can dramatically reduce stroke risk by eliminating the harmful foods and embracing nutrient-rich alternatives. The body, even at 60, 70, or 80 years old, has an extraordinary ability to heal, strengthen, and restore balance when given the right foods. By making intentional choices each day, seniors can reverse years of damage, increase blood flow to the brain, stabilize their blood pressure, lower their cholesterol, improve mood, sharpen memory, and regain energy. When seniors begin replacing harmful foods with cleaner, nutrient-dense options, remarkable changes unfold within the cardiovascular system that directly lower the likelihood of stroke, often far more quickly than people expect, and these improvements create a positive chain reaction throughout the entire body. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins supply antioxidants and vitamins that repair damaged cells and strengthen the arteries. And omega-3 rich foods like salmon, walnuts, and flaxseed help reduce inflammation and support healthy blood flow. Fiber-rich foods sweep excess cholesterol from the bloodstream and prevent plaque buildup from worsening. Potassium-rich foods like bananas, potatoes, spinach, and beans help relax blood vessels, allowing blood to move more freely and reducing pressure on the heart and brain. Seniors who reduce their sodium intake often experience noticeable improvements in just a few weeks as their blood pressure stabilizes and swelling in the hands, legs, and feet begins to subside, which is a sign that the vascular system is experiencing less strain. Many older adults do not realize that small dietary improvements compound over time, gradually reducing the risk of stroke by strengthening vascular resilience, improving circulation, and supporting the body's ability to recover from inflammation. One of the most powerful changes seniors can make is increasing their intake of colorful vegetables and berries, which contain phytochemicals that help repair blood vessels and protect the brain from oxidative stress. These compounds, known as flavonoids and polyphenols, have been shown in countless studies to lower stroke risk significantly, and their benefits accumulate with regular consumption. Additionally, when seniors choose foods that stabilize blood sugar, such as whole grains, legumes, and proteins, they reduce the roller coaster effect that damages arteries and leads to inflammation. This stabilization helps protect the tiny blood vessels in the brain, which are extremely sensitive to fluctuations in glucose levels. Many seniors experience improved mental clarity and reduced dizziness when they adopt this approach. Another overlooked benefit of a healthier diet is that it supports weight management, particularly around the abdomen, where dangerous visceral fat accumulates. Visceral fat isn't merely stored energy, it releases inflammatory chemicals that weaken blood vessels and increase the risk of clot formation. By reducing intake of sugary drinks, processed foods, fried items, and refined carbohydrates, seniors can gradually shrink visceral fat stores, and this reduction is strongly linked to lower stroke risk. In addition to dietary changes, staying hydrated plays a crucial role in preventing strokes because well-hydrated blood flows more easily, reducing the likelihood of clot formation. Seniors who make hydration a daily priority often notice fewer headaches, steadier balance, and improved energy levels. Meanwhile, hydration supports kidney function, which is essential for regulating blood pressure. Another factor doctors emphasize is the role of stress and sleep in stroke risk. Poor diet often contributes to poor sleep due to blood sugar spikes, indigestion, or stimulant consumption late in the day, and inadequate sleep increases cortisol levels, raising blood pressure and causing inflammation. A balanced diet free of heavy processed foods helps support restful sleep and a calmer nervous system. When seniors sleep better, their cardiovascular system functions more smoothly, and the brain is less vulnerable to the metabolic stress that can trigger strokes. In addition to the cardiovascular benefits, a healthier diet improves mobility by reducing inflammation in the joints and muscles, making it easier for seniors to walk, exercise, and stay active. Physical activity further reduces stroke risk by strengthening the heart, lowering blood pressure, and improving circulation to the brain. Many seniors find that when they change their diet, they naturally become more active because they simply feel better. This cycle of improved diet and increased movement becomes a powerful protective factor against stroke. Another important point doctors highlight is that seniors often underestimate how drastically their nutritional needs change over time. The body becomes more sensitive to sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats, and the metabolism slows, meaning foods remain longer in the bloodstream where they can cause more damage. A diet that once seemed balanced may become harmful after age 60 if it relies too heavily on processed or high-sodium foods. This is why awareness and adaptation are crucial. When older adults take the time to learn how foods affect their bodies differently at this stage of life, they become empowered to make choices that support long-term health and independence. Doctors also remind seniors that stroke prevention is not about perfection, it is about consistent patterns. Even if a senior occasionally eats an unhealthy food, what truly matters is the overall trend of the diet. A steady commitment to lowering sodium, reducing sugar, avoiding fried foods, and choosing whole, nutrient-rich options can dramatically reduce stroke risk, even in individuals who have previously had high blood pressure or elevated cholesterol. The body has a remarkable ability to heal and reverse damage when given the right support, and seniors who embrace this mindset often see significant improvements in just a few months. Not only do they experience better cardiovascular health, but they also report improved memory, concentration, mood, digestion, and overall vitality. As the positive effects of healthier eating begin to accumulate, seniors often find themselves experiencing transformations far beyond what they expected, and this reinforces the idea that lifestyle changes can be more powerful than medications when it comes to long-term stroke prevention. Improved diet helps stabilize cholesterol levels, reduce inflammation, improve circulation, balance blood pressure, and support stronger arterial walls, all of which dramatically lower the risk of both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. Many older adults also notice improvements in their cognitive health because the brain thrives on consistent, stable blood flow. And when seniors remove the foods that disrupt this flow, the brain receives a clearer, more reliable supply of oxygen and nutrients. Over time, this leads to sharper memory, faster thinking, and better focus, which is why neurologists emphasize that diet is one of the most important tools for protecting the brain from age-related decline. Another essential factor is that healthier eating helps seniors maintain steady energy throughout the day. Foods high in sugar or refined carbohydrates create spikes and crashes that leave people feeling tired, dizzy, or mentally foggy, all of which can increase the risk of falls or disorientation. By choosing whole foods, seniors experience more even energy, better balance, and improved stamina, allowing them to participate more fully in daily activities. Meanwhile, reducing processed foods helps stabilize hormone levels, particularly cortisol and insulin, which are linked to blood pressure regulation and inflammation. When these hormones are under control, the entire cardiovascular system experiences less stress, and the likelihood of sudden pressure spikes decreases. Another powerful effect of eating better is improved gut health, which plays a surprisingly large role in stroke prevention. The gut microbiome communicates with the immune system and the nervous system, influencing inflammation levels throughout the body. A diet rich in fiber, vegetables, fruits, and fermented foods strengthens this microbiome, reducing chronic inflammation and supporting healthier arteries. On the other hand, diets high in sugar, fried foods, or processed meats disrupt gut bacteria, increasing the production of toxins that enter the bloodstream and damage blood vessels. Seniors who improve their gut health often see measurable improvements in their cholesterol, blood pressure, and metabolic markers within a few months, highlighting the interconnectedness of diet and vascular health. Another important aspect is that healthier diets typically contain more antioxidants, which help neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells and contribute to aging. Free radicals attack the arteries and accelerate plaque development, making strokes more likely. But when seniors increase their intake of berries, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and colorful vegetables, they strengthen their antioxidant defenses, helping protect the brain and heart from oxidative stress. This protection is especially important for the tiny vessels of the brain, which are highly vulnerable to damage. Seniors who regularly consume antioxidant-rich foods often experience improved mental clarity, better sleep, and more stable moods, all of which contribute to a higher quality of life. Another benefit is improved blood viscosity. Many unhealthy foods increase the thickness of the blood, making it harder for the heart to pump and increasing the risk of clot formation. Healthier diets naturally thin the blood, making circulation easier and reducing the risk of blockages. Hydration plays a role here too. When seniors drink enough water, their blood becomes more fluid, reducing clot risk. Dehydration, on the other hand, thickens the blood and increases stroke risk significantly. This is why doctors encourage seniors to drink water throughout the day and avoid sugary or caffeinated beverages that dehydrate the body. As seniors continue to make these changes, they often notice benefits such as improved skin health, reduced joint pain, better digestion, and even improved immune function. All of these improvements contribute indirectly to stroke prevention because a healthier body is better equipped to handle stress, maintain stable blood pressure, and support the cardiovascular system. The transformation that occurs when seniors change their diet is not only physical but also emotional. Many older adults experience a renewed sense of confidence, independence, and hope as they realize that they have the power to influence their health outcomes. Instead of feeling resigned to aging, they become actively engaged in their well-being. They begin to see food not just as fuel, but as a tool for healing, strength, and longevity. Doctors frequently observe that seniors who adopt healthier diets tend to adhere more consistently to medical treatments, engage more fully in physical activity, and maintain better social connections, all factors that further reduce stroke risk. The combined effect of improved diet, better sleep, healthier weight, increased hydration, and enhanced circulation creates a powerful protective shield around the brain and heart. Seniors who embrace this lifestyle often experience remarkable improvements in quality of life, reduced dependence on medication, and a greater sense of control over their future. Ultimately, the path to preventing strokes after 60 is not found in extreme diets or complicated regimens, but in simple, consistent choices that reduce inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, and support the vascular system. Even small steps, repeated daily, accumulate into significant long-term benefits, proving that it is never too late to protect the brain and live a healthier, more resilient life. As seniors embrace healthier eating patterns and gradually move away from foods that heighten stroke risk, they often begin noticing changes in how their bodies respond to daily stress and physical activity, showing just how deeply diet influences overall resilience. Many older adults report that their morning fatigue fades, their balance improves, and they experience fewer episodes of dizziness or irregular heartbeat, all of which are signs that their cardiovascular system is functioning more smoothly. This connection between diet and stability is especially important because falls and sudden episodes of lightheadedness can increase both direct and indirect stroke risk. When blood pressure stabilizes and circulation becomes more consistent, the brain receives a steady supply of oxygen, reducing the likelihood of confusion, brain fog, or slow thinking. Doctors often explain that many symptoms seniors attribute to aging are actually the result of poor vascular health, and when diet improves, these symptoms diminish significantly. Another powerful shift occurs in the body's inflammatory response. Foods high in refined carbohydrates, sugars, sodium, and unhealthy fats activate inflammatory pathways, causing swelling in tissues and increasing stress on the heart and arteries. But when seniors adopt a more nutrient-focused diet, inflammation begins to decline, reducing pain in the joints, stiffness in the muscles, and swelling in the extremities. This anti-inflammatory effect is one of the strongest protective factors against stroke because lower inflammation means more stable arteries, less plaque rupture, and better long-term vascular function. Another major benefit of dietary change involves the blood-brain barrier, the protective layer that shields the brain from harmful substances. Over time, unhealthy foods weaken this barrier, allowing inflammatory molecules to enter the brain and increase the risk of cognitive decline or vascular dementia. But when seniors consume foods rich in omega-3 fats, antioxidants, and polyphenols, the brain's protective barrier is strengthened, helping safeguard memory, clarity, and emotional balance. Studies show that seniors who consume diets rich in berries, leafy greens, nuts, and whole grains have significantly lower rates of stroke and cognitive deterioration. Another important aspect is the reduction of stress on the digestive system. Many seniors experience indigestion, bloating, or discomfort after meals without realizing that these symptoms are related to the high sodium, sugar, or fat content of their food choices. Poor digestion requires extra work from the cardiovascular system because the body must send more blood to the digestive tract to process heavy meals. Over time, this repeated strain contributes to vascular wear and tear. When seniors switch to lighter, more fiber-rich meals, digestion becomes easier, placing less demand on the heart and allowing blood to circulate more efficiently. Another overlooked benefit of healthier eating is improved kidney function. The kidneys play a central role in regulating blood pressure, removing excess fluid, and filtering out toxins. Diets high in sodium and processed foods overwork the kidneys, causing fluid retention and hypertension, which directly increase stroke risk. But when sodium intake is reduced and hydration increases, kidney performance improves, helping restore fluid balance and support healthier blood pressure levels. Seniors who begin drinking more water, reducing processed foods, and eating potassium-rich produce often experience noticeable improvements such as reduced swelling, clearer skin, and more stable energy. Another crucial point doctors emphasize is the importance of stabilizing blood sugar. Even if a senior does not have diabetes, fluctuating blood sugar levels can strain blood vessels and contribute to inflammation. High-sugar foods and beverages create peaks and crashes that damage the arteries and weaken the brain's oxygen supply. Over time, these fluctuations increase the risk of both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. However, when seniors focus on balanced meals that combine protein, fiber, and healthy fats, their blood sugar remains stable, protecting the vascular system and supporting mental focus. Balanced blood sugar also improves mood, reduces irritability, and helps regulate appetite, preventing overeating and weight gain. Another way diet influences stroke risk involves blood clotting. Certain foods make the blood thicker and harder to pump, increasing the likelihood of clot formation. Thick blood moves slowly and can easily get trapped in narrowed arteries, especially those leading to the brain. But a diet rich in hydration, omega-3 fats, nuts, seeds, and leafy greens naturally thins the blood, promoting smoother circulation. Seniors who include these foods in their diet often feel lighter, more energetic, and less sluggish. They also experience fewer cold hands and feet, which can be a sign of poor circulation. One of the most empowering aspects of dietary change is that it offers seniors a sense of control. While many age-related changes feel unavoidable, diet is something they can shape every day. Doctors repeatedly stress that even small, consistent changes accumulate into profound improvements over time. Seniors who commit to healthier eating reduce their dependence on medication, lower their risk of chronic illness, and often extend their lifespan significantly. The journey toward stroke prevention is not about restriction but about nourishment, adding foods that heal, energize, and protect. As seniors begin to understand the connection between food and vascular health, they gain the confidence to choose meals that support longevity and well-being. They discover that aging does not have to mean decline. In fact, with the right foods, many aspects of health can improve dramatically, leading to a more vibrant, independent, and fulfilling life. Another dimension of diet that seniors often overlook is the long-term effect of cumulative salt and sugar exposure on the body's microcirculation, the tiny blood vessels that branch into the brain, eyes, kidneys, and nerves. Over decades, excessive sodium stiffens the walls of these small vessels, while sugar weakens them by causing oxidative stress and glycation, a process in which sugar molecules attach to proteins and damage their structure. This combination silently erodes the health of the microvascular system, and by the time seniors reach their 60s and 70s, these vessels may already be significantly compromised. When microvessels in the brain weaken, they become more vulnerable to rupture, increasing the risk of hemorrhagic stroke. Similarly, when they narrow due to plaque buildup, they can become blocked, leading to ischemic stroke. Many seniors experience minor symptoms, such as headaches, lightheadedness, slower thinking, or visual disturbances, without realizing these are early warning signs of microvascular strain. Dietary improvements can help restore microvascular health by reducing inflammation, lowering oxidative stress, and supplying nutrients that support vessel repair. Foods rich in vitamin C, E, and antioxidants from berries and leafy greens nourish the inner lining of blood vessels and help reverse some of the damage caused by years of poor food choices. Omega-3 fatty acids strengthen cell membranes, making the vessels more flexible and resilient. When seniors consume these nutrients consistently, microcirculation improves, bringing more oxygen and nutrients to the brain and reducing the risk of stroke. Another important factor is how diet influences blood pressure patterns throughout the day. Seniors who consume high-sodium meals often experience dramatic blood pressure spikes that can last for hours, placing enormous pressure on the arteries. Even a seemingly small increase in blood pressure can significantly raise stroke risk when repeated daily. On the other hand, a diet rich in potassium, magnesium, and calcium helps maintain stable blood pressure by relaxing the vessels and supporting smooth muscle function. Foods like bananas, avocados, beans, dark leafy greens, and yogurt provide these essential minerals. Many seniors report improved calmness, reduced stress, and fewer headaches once they incorporate these natural, pressure-balancing foods into their daily meals. Diet also impacts the thickness of the blood, known as viscosity. Certain foods high in unhealthy fats or sugar can make the blood thicker, reducing its ability to travel smoothly through narrow vessels. Thickened blood forces the heart to work harder and increases the chance of clot formation. Seniors who include fish, nuts, seeds, and proper hydration in their diets help maintain optimal blood viscosity, allowing the heart to pump more efficiently and reducing clot-related stroke risk. Another underappreciated connection is between diet and the immune system. Chronic inflammation caused by unhealthy foods weakens immune function, making the body more vulnerable to infections and increasing overall systemic stress. When seniors adopt an anti-inflammatory diet rich in vegetables, fruits, herbs, and whole grains, their immune function strengthens, reducing infection-related complications that can impair recovery after stroke. Additionally, herbal ingredients like turmeric, garlic, and ginger have natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that support vascular health and reduce stroke risk. Many seniors find these spices easy to add to meals, making them a convenient strategy for improving health. It is also important to understand how diet influences the body's stress hormones. Processed foods, sugary snacks, and caffeinated drinks can cause cortisol and adrenaline spikes that elevate blood pressure and strain the heart. Seniors who switch to calming, nourishing foods experience more stable moods and less cardiovascular stress. Certain foods like oatmeal, nuts, seeds, and herbal teas naturally lower stress hormones, promoting relaxation and healthier blood pressure patterns. Diet profoundly affects sleep quality as well. When seniors avoid sugary or heavy foods at night and choose lighter, nutrient-dense meals, they sleep more deeply and wake with more energy. Good sleep supports heart function, stabilizes blood pressure, reduces inflammation, and strengthens the brain against stroke-related damage. Seniors who adopt a healthy eating routine often notice improved dreams, fewer nighttime awakenings, and reduced morning confusion or grogginess. Over time, healthier sleep cycles reinforce stronger cardiovascular and cognitive health. Another critical part of diet is hydration, which is often underestimated. Many seniors drink too little water, either from lack of thirst or fear of using the bathroom at night. Dehydration thickens the blood and increases the risk of clot formation. Drinking enough water throughout the day, not all at once, helps maintain fluid balance, supports kidney function, regulates blood pressure, and reduces the risk of heat-related strokes in warmer climates. Seniors who flavor their water with lemon, cucumber, or mint often find it easier to drink enough. Ultimately, the connection between diet and stroke risk after age 60 is profound and multifaceted. While genetics play a role, daily food choices influence inflammation, cholesterol levels, blood pressure, blood viscosity, vessel strength, hormone balance, sleep quality, and overall vascular resilience. Seniors who understand these connections gain a powerful advantage in protecting their health. They become more mindful of what they eat, more aware of how their body responds, and more capable of steering their health in a positive direction. The journey toward stroke prevention is not about perfection, but about consistent steps toward nourishment, balance, and long-term well-being. As seniors apply these insights and commit to making better dietary choices, they begin to realize that preventing a stroke is not a mysterious or uncontrollable process, but rather a clear path shaped by consistent, everyday habits that nourish instead of harm. Every meal becomes an opportunity to strengthen the arteries, reduce inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, and protect the brain. Foods that once triggered silent stress inside the body are slowly replaced with choices that deliver steady energy, clearer thinking, and a calmer cardiovascular system. Over time, this shift becomes noticeable not only in medical numbers like blood pressure and cholesterol, but also in quality of life. Seniors who embrace healthier eating patterns often speak about the return of confidence in their bodies, the reassurance that they can walk without feeling unstable, rise from bed without dizziness, and go through the day without sudden drops in energy. Their mood improves as the brain receives a more reliable supply of oxygen and nutrients, and their memory and clarity sharpen as inflammation decreases and blood flow increases. Many begin sleeping better, experiencing deeper and more restorative rest that further strengthens the heart and mind. They also find joy in cooking again, discovering that whole foods not only protect health but also bring flavor, color, and satisfaction back to meals. As weeks turn into months, the cumulative benefits of better eating habits build a protective shield around the cardiovascular system. The arteries become more flexible, the blood becomes easier to pump, the heart beats more steadily, and the brain enjoys enhanced circulation. These improvements drastically reduce the likelihood of ever facing a stroke, even in seniors who previously had high risk. And perhaps most importantly, healthier eating reinforces independence. Seniors who prioritize their diet stay stronger, more active, and more capable of managing daily life without assistance. They maintain mobility, balance, and coordination longer. They stay mentally sharper, more socially engaged, and more emotionally resilient. This empowerment is priceless, giving seniors a renewed sense of purpose and control. Doctors repeatedly emphasize that it is never too late to change. Whether someone is 60, 70, 80, or beyond, the body responds positively to better nutrition. Each wholesome meal repairs a bit of damage, supports arterial health, improves circulation, and reduces the inflammatory burden that contributes to stroke. Each glass of water helps thin the blood, hydrate the tissues, and stabilize heart function. Each nutrient-rich snack replaces something that would have strained the cardiovascular system. Stroke prevention becomes a daily investment in longevity, strength, and clarity. And while aging is inevitable, decline is not. With the right foods, seniors can continue living with vitality, confidence, and independence. They can walk further, think clearer, breathe more easily, and sleep better. They can enjoy time with family, pursue their passions, and maintain a sense of freedom and dignity. The choices made at each meal ripple far into the future, shaping not just the length of life but the quality of it. By understanding which foods elevate stroke risk and consciously choosing the alternatives that protect the brain and heart, seniors can dramatically reduce their chances of experiencing a life-changing event. What begins as a simple shift in diet becomes a powerful declaration of self-care and resilience. Ultimately, the message doctors want every senior to hear is this: your plate is one of the strongest tools you have to prevent stroke, and every healthy choice you make today safeguards your tomorrow. Commit to a diet that supports your arteries, fuels your brain, strengthens your heart, and nurtures your entire body. With consistency, mindfulness, and the right foods, you can rewrite your health story and enjoy a longer, more vibrant, and more independent life.